Hello, friend. Thank you for showing up. This is your practice today. It's a short meditation cultivating a sense of self-awareness. The very first step towards any growth, change, transformation. You have to become aware of who you are and what you're doing, good, bad, and otherwise. Even though I try not to label things as good or bad, but you know what I mean. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Soften your gaze or close your eyes and find a comfortable orientation. Could be sitting down, could be laying down. Whatever feels best for you and makes this practice the most accessible. Start to turn your gaze inwards. I like to picture a little bit of a U-turn. Most of our lives are spent with an external gaze, which is important, right? Walking across the street, driving a car, these are all things that we want to be able to do safely. So we need to have our eyes and ears open to the world around us. So in your mind's eye, imagine that external orientation, quick little U-turn. Pull it back towards you, back towards your inner world, your inner landscape. I like to focus on my heart space, the sternum, right below your collarbones, center of your chest. If that feels right, bring your awareness and your attention there and begin to notice your breath. Not changing anything, just noticing. That's what this whole practice is about. Noticing, witnessing, observing without becoming, understanding, seeing without identifying, noticing thoughts, not holding on to them. So if throughout our time together today you find yourself running with a thought or a plan for later, there's no need to push it out of your focus. Actually, the invitation is for you to notice it. Maybe walk with it for a second and then notice that you're holding on. After which, then you can let it go. Kind of like clouds passing in the sky. You're the sky. The clouds are your thoughts. As you cultivate this sense of inner awareness, the goal is to notice. The intention is just to witness. If judgments come up about you or anyone else, come back to that place of non-attachment. The self-awareness is important and essential for us to feel confident and steadfast in our lives. In order to be who you want to be and be experienced that way in the world, you need to know first who and how you are. So getting to know yourself. One of the biggest obstacles or barriers or anxieties about this process is, well, what if I get to know myself and I don't like what I learn? This was a personal fear of mine for a while, for a long time, for longer than I would like to admit. But what's so beautiful about this practice and about any meditation really is you start to notice that the longer you spend with certain feelings, thoughts, and emotions, the less scary they become. A self-aware person acknowledges certain patterns, behaviors, thoughts, tendencies. They know that they are there. And so when they pop up in the real world, right, out living your life, when X habit or Y pattern or Z tendency, whenever one of those pop up, you're kind of expecting it. you're not necessarily calling it in, right? Unless it's, a helpful, constructive habit, pattern, or tendency. But when those cycles show up, they're less scary because you know that they're there. I know I have a tendency to do this. I know this is a pattern for me. I know that over my years I've built this habit. And awareness is the beautiful, illuminating first step of any change. The self-awareness is the heart of who you are. So in this meditation, for example, you are not the thoughts, you are the essence that observes the thoughts. Can you imagine if you were every thought that popped up into your head? But you're not. You're the awareness of the passing, the coming and going of those thoughts. So the self-aware person sees more options. There's more space. And self-awareness nurtures our growth, our potential, the boundlessness of who we are and who we will become by recognizing that we're part of a greater whole. When we're self-aware, we are able to observe our thoughts, patterns, and behaviors from a more detached place and space. And from this space is where we remember our interconnectedness with others. This helps us view our circumstances objectively, more as feedback, less as failure. Feedback to continually learn and grow from. So self-awareness is kind of the zoomed out perspective. We can get so hyper-focused on our lives, right? We're all a little self-centered because we see the world from our sense of self. One of my favorite teachers, Joe Dispenza, he says, your personality creates your personal reality. We can only see the world from our lens. And we don't see the world as it truly is, right? We see the world as we are. So cultivating a sense of self-awareness, a sense of inner understanding, inner knowing, is the basis of absolutely everything. Whether in meditation practice or yoga practice, both are an opportunity to see more clearly who we are and what we repeatedly do. An opportunity to see who we are and what we repeatedly do. Because so much of our lives is automated. It's thoughtless. It's mechanical, right? So even just the process of noticing, oh, I do that. Huh. You don't even have to change anything just yet. It's really just this act of unearthing, awakening, just seeing. And once we have this deeper sense of self-awareness, this better understanding of who we are, what we do, and why, then we're more comfortable and confident living out in the world without trying to control things, people, and experiences. Because we're not meant actually to be here on the edge of our seats, anxiously gripping, paying attention, so we can control absolutely everything and everyone and every outcome. Instead, we're meant to stand firmly in ourself, in our sense of self, in our inner knowing, so we can bear witness to the moment by moment unfolding of our lives. Less force, more power. We can live with more power only when we have a greater understanding and sense of self for who we are and what we do and why we're here and what we value. So in these last few moments of our practice today, I invite you to bring one hand or both hands onto your belly or your heart. Just touch yourself in a way that feels supportive. See if you can drop into a deeper knowing. See if you can connect to the progress of your life. There really is no product, right? We're not going to wake up one day, smile, and say, I did it. It's over. I got here, the finish line. All of this is leading us towards a direction of a more true, more fully aligned version of ourselves. There is no finished product. And with that in mind, a sense of self-awareness for yourself, for your essence, for the courage and bravery that it takes every day to keep showing up, perfectly imperfect, knowing full well that you will make mistakes, but not to shy away from those mistakes, to see those mistakes as the map. With more experience comes wisdom, understanding, reflection. A better, more fuller picture of who you are, what you want, and where you're going. You are a magnificent miracle to be alive. Don't miss the greatest relationship of your life, which is the relationship you have with and to and for yourself. You're special. Bask in that.